Welcome back to the Professor's Lab. I'm Professor V, and this is game 2 of some free play that happened on August 15th, 2024. If you didn't know, Die Hard League happens every Thursday at 6 p.m. Central, featuring casual and tournament play at whatever format everyone wants. Stellar Crown pre-releases start tomorrow, Saturday, August 31st, 1 p.m. Central at Die Hard Games, and go see more info in this video's description. And check out Pokemon's event locator for premiere and other events of the shop, such as League Challenges, League Cups, pre-releases, and more. Please hit that like button right quick, subscribe to this channel, ring the bell for notifications, say what you need to say in the comments, and all that other good free stuff. But anyways, let's research this game. On the left, Lugia. On the right, Miraidon and friends. There's obviously an Arceus V-Star line in this build of the deck. And our Miraidon player on the right is going first as they draw for the beginning of their turn. Now let's see if they can get a Miraidon out and start getting all their electric dudes out on the field, out of the deck. So that way all that's in the deck is lightning energy and electric generators. Lightning energy attached to the active Arceus. That is very good. That means with the double turbo attachment next turn and evolving into Arceus V-Star, that V-Star can start using its V-Star power and swinging for damage, accelerating energy to the board. But, oh, just a pass. No, nothing like a Nest Ball or Ultra Ball to find any more Pokemon. So our Lugia player is going to start things off by putting a Mesagoza Stadium into play, and then playing a Capturing Aroma. Flip a coin. If heads, search your deck for an evolution Pokemon. If tails, you would search your deck for a basic Pokemon. Usually the Capturing Aroma heads will find that Archeops with the powerful Primal Turbo ability. But first, we've got to get 1 to 2 Archeops, ideally 2 Archeops in the discard pile, so they can be revived with that Lugia V-Star, Summoning Star V-Star power ability. That Lugia's V-Star power ability lets you put 2 normal Pokemon, non-rule box, from your discard pile into play. So that's how you cheat those Archeops into play with their powerful Primal Turbo ability. Next is a Great Ball. That item card has you look at the top 7 cards of the deck, and you may add a Pokemon card you find there to your hand. Luckily, the Lugia V is found. We can't have a Lugia V-Star if we don't have a Lugia V down to evolve into it. And yes, you usually want that down turn 1, so that way turn 2 you can evolve into Lugia V-Star. So, overall, very good Great Ball, I'd say there. Finding that Lugia V and establishing it. Now we just need to see something like Ultra Ball or way to discard Archeops from the hand. There is an Ultra Ball. I know there's at least 1 Archeops in the hand. So yeah, there's only one, as a boss's orders and Archeops are discarded with that Ultra Ball in order to search the deck for a Pokemon. And the Pokemon will be that second Archeops. Now, do we have Jet Energy? That would be very good and unlock this hand and complete this almost perfect turn 1 for our Lugia player. The only negative would be starting with that Lumineon V. We don't like starting Lumineon V because its ability, Luminous Sign, only activates when you put it into play from your hand. If it's already in play, like it's the starter Pokemon, or it goes into play with Nest Ball, that would not trigger Luminous Sign. Oh my gosh. It looks like Radiant Charizard is put onto the bench, and then a pretty much perfect Professor's Research is played now. That supporter card has you discard your hand and draw 7 cards from the top of your deck. Double Archeops in the discard pile. Now, Lugia V on the field. I don't think there's really anything else our Lugia player wants to do. Maybe get a second Lugia V down, just in case our Lightning deck one-shots one of the Lugia on the bench, but it's also could be worth just taking the risk and saying, I don't think you have it like that after your turn 1 of pass, but the Arceus V-Star can make things happen. So we're going to take a risk, pass things over to our Arceus Lightning player. And let's see what they got. Instantly evolve into that Arceus V-Star and instantly flip that V-Star marker over using Arceus V-Star's V-Star power ability Starbirth. During your turn, you may search your deck for up to 2 cards and put them in your hand. Then shuffle your deck. So, there was a lot of potential here. For example, if there was a Miraidon in play or a way to get one in play, the Arceus V-Star could find something like Electric Generator and Prime Catcher. If the Electric Generator were to hit 2 attached to the Miraidon, 2 Lightning Energy attached to Miraidon, Lightning Energy attached from hand, Miraidon's fully powered up, Prime Catcher up that Lugia V, that would be almost game ending for our Lugia player here. So definitely lots of potential, lots of things to do here with this Arceus V-Star Lightning deck in the Pokemon trading card game. Don't think we're going to see anything along those lines happen here. I'm not even sure if all those cards are in deck, or at least the Prime Catcher. But the Palmy will be found and established onto the bench here. And now we need something like that double turbo energy. Now the V-Star could have found that, but it just depends on the list. It couldn't, double turbo could not even be in the list, you know. So I think it's some kind of special energy, let's just say, is attached to that Arceus V-Star, and then a Professor's Research, I think, was played as the supporter per turn, discarding the hand and drawing 7 fresh new cards. So I imagine, I think the Palmy and the energy must have been found. Maybe the research was found off of the Starbirth. I won't try to delve into all the choices that were possible here because I just don't know the list. But so we'll just keep rolling with things as a Iron Hands is found off of that research, as well as an Electric Generator. That powerful item has you look at the top 5 cards of the deck, and you may attach up to 2 Lightning Energy you find there to your bench Lightning Pokemon in any way you like. But that Electric Generator hits 0 Lightning Energy. Yep, don't ask me how many times I've done that. Probably about as many times as I've hit double Lightning Energy, at least 2 Lightning Energy. I do see a Nest Ball in hand, so actually that probably could have been played before the Electric Generator to find the Miraidon, put it on the bench, use its Tandem Unit ability to find up to 2 more basic Lightning Pokemon, thinning even more cards out of the deck, so that way your Generator odds are higher. But also, I've learned Generator is just a luck-based card. You just either hit it or you don't, you know. All the thinning in the world could still mean 0 Lightning Energy found off of the Generator. So either way, the Miraidon will be found with the Nest Ball here. Miraidon will use its or we're thinking about using the Tandem Unit ability now. I think you always do, at least for one. Tandem Unit allows you to search your deck for up to 2 basic Lightning Pokemon to add to your bench. You can chain Tandem Units if you'd like. I think that's another Miraidon there, plucked out of the deck. And we could find one more Lightning Pokemon if we want, or we could leave the 5th bench slot open for future Pokemon, such as Lumineon V, Greninja, Radiant Greninja, something else that you might need later. But we're going to go ahead and fill the bench and thin out that deck. Excuse the glare there. Our glare is definitely better than what it was, but I think that might be another 1 prizer, another Palmy or something along those lines. Yeah, yep, looks like another Palmy. Double Palmy, double Miraidon, Iron Hands filling out the bench here. We got the Arceus V-Star in the active spot, but only 2 energy attached to it. Its Trinity Nova attack requires 3 colorless energy, so a one energy plus a double turbo would have done the trick there, and take the KO on the Luminion here. It was possible with the Starburst to find it, but maybe the list doesn't play it, or we just didn't think of it at the time. Either way, things are passed back over to our Lugia player, who instantly starts things off with an Ultra Ball, discarding a third Archeops and capturing Aroma to search the deck for that Lugia V-Star. So this is just about as good as it gets for our Lugia player. It looks like even the Legacy energy is already put onto that bench Radiant Charizard. Legacy energy is, of course, an Ace Spec energy card that is basically a rainbow energy, and the opponent takes one less prize when that Pokemon's KO'd. Now, the Lugia player flips their V-Star marker using Lugia V-Star, Summoning Star. During your turn, you may put up to 2 colorless Pokemon that don't have a rule box from your discard pile onto your bench. Double Archeops hit the bench now from the discard pile. Miss energy attached to the active Luminion just to pay retreat, I'm sure, here. And then each of those Archeops on the bench have the Primal Turbo ability, which we're seeing used now. Primal Turbo allows you to search your deck for up to 2 special energy cards and attach them to one of your Pokemon, times 2, of course, since there are 2 Archeops. So we're going to accelerate some energy from the deck here. Gift energy and another special energy attached to the bench Lugia V-Star. And then the second Primal Turbo finds just one double turbo energy. Now Lugia V-Star's Tempest Dive attack is fully powered up. It costs 4 colorless energy to use that attack. To do 220 damage, you may discard a stadium in play. Of course, that 220 is reduced by 20 thanks to the double turbo energy. Next, our Lugia player will play an Iono as their supporter for turn. That supporter has both players shuffle their hands, put them at the bottom of their deck, and then draw from the top of their deck cards equal to their remaining prize cards. Both players get 6 prize cards here. Some disruption, some draw. The active Luminion V manually retreats into the powered up Lugia V-Star. And we will see a Tempest Dive here for 200 damage on to the opposing Arceus V-Star. And we will discard the Mesagoza Stadium because the Lugia player has all the Pokemon they need for now in play, and so we don't want to give the opponent a chance to flip a coin and, if heads, find a Pokemon from their deck. 80 damage, or 80 HP remaining on that Arceus V-Star as a future booster energy capsule is put onto that Iron Hands. I like that in this deck. Let's see, the Palmy evolves over there, the most glossiest one. The Miraidon gets a Bravery Charm attached to it, giving it plus 50 HP on the bench for 270 HP, making it the bravest Miraidon on the bench there. A Super Rod will allow this player to shuffle back 3 resources, either Pokemon or basic energy, from the discard pile into their deck. Looks like a couple Pokemon, maybe an energy, were shuffled back in. I didn't quite catch it there. No, they just need one more energy to attach, or to attack with this V-Star. They're going to attempt to use a switch cart in order to switch that Arceus V-Star out of the active spot and protect it on the bench, but the switch cart only allows basic Pokemon to be switched that way. So our Lightning player is going to manually retreat that Arceus V-Star, since it's heavily damaged, onto the bench. They will push a 1-prizer into the active spot. Go Palmy. Doesn't look like they have anything else. Can't even attach an energy for turn, so they pass things back over to our Lugia player. Now our Lugia player wants one thing. Gust, or boss's orders. I think it just has to be boss's orders. Yeah, even Iron Bundle wouldn't do it, since there's another 1-prizer on the bench that the Lightning player could just push up if they're bundled. Hyper Blower, I think, is that ability's name. So our Lugia player is assessing their hand and the board trying their best to figure out the best move as they bench a second Luminion V. Luminous Sign activates, they can search their deck for a supporter card. Of course, Boss's Orders is the supporter card per turn, bringing up that heavily damaged Arceus V-Star on the right into the active spot. Tempest Dive on the Lugia V-Star cleans up the KO on it. 2 prize cards taken. Palmo pushed into the active spot, and play resumes over on its side as a POW pad is being played on the right hand side now. To shuffle back into the deck, a supporter card that Professor's Research. And yeah, we just need Electric Generator and Lightning Energy. Electric Generator double hit, Lightning Energy. Another Palmy put onto the bench here. 2 or 3 card hand for our player on the right, our Lightning player here. No draw on board, nothing like a Radiant Greninja or Mew EX. It looks like our opponents, this is free play, so our opponents are definitely taking their time and chit-chatting and about whatever else, and also talking about moves in the game and different things, different strategies. That way our players can have more fun and learn more. It's awesome. Yeah, that's about the only thing I could see to keep our Lightning player on the right in the game here, is if they had an Electric Generator, they find 2 Lightning Energy to attach off the Electric Generator, they have one in hand, they could power up that Iron Hands EX and do its arm press attack for 3 energy. It'll do 160 damage times 2, because that Lugia V-Star is weak to lightning, and they would at least stay in the game. But it does not look like they have anything else in hand. They decide it is time to concede and save some time and move on to the next battle. Very good free play we had there. What did you guys think of this video and the commentary? Please leave feedback in the comments. Like this video, subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time in the Professor's Lab.